Hello students, welcome back to our lecture for the paper CHO 515401, that is Chemistry of Natural Products. Friends, in my previous lectures we have covered about isolation and purification of natural products. In this lecture we will focus on chemical as well as physical method of identification of functional groups present in the natural products. So friends, as you know that any simple or complex natural products contains various functional groups such as amides, nitro, ether, again amide, keto, alcohol, acid and so on. So these functional groups can be detected and the structural elucidation of this natural product can be achieved by two types of methods. First one is chemical method of identification and second is physical, or I will say spectral method of identification. So friends, let's see one by one. As you know that natural product contain many organic functional groups, we can do the derivatization or some confirmatory test for the identification of functional groups. So let's see the test available for the natural product identification. So there are various chemical methods used for the functional group detection, especially in 1960s and 70s when the NMR or other spectral methods are not so sophisticated, or I will say not so authentic. So let's see what methods or what chemical tests are used for the identification of functional groups. So the first test I am going to discuss is a bromine test, which is used for the identification of unsaturation in the compound. I will say the unsaturated hydrocarbons can be detected by the bromine test. In this test, the orange red color of bromine, as you know that bromine is a orange red, I will say brown in color, that's why it is called as bromine, and this bromine solution will change its color from orange red to colorless if there is a presence of unsaturated hydrocarbon. Why this happens? As you know that this is a bromine molecule, that is Br2, have orange red color, but if the addition reaction happened across this double bond, this now became the alkyl halide and it is colorless in color. So friends, this bromine is now becoming not anymore remaining Br2, it is added over the double bond or even triple bond. So this adduct or final product is colorless organic compound, whereas Br2 is brown in color. So if there is a disappearance of the brown color or orange red color, then we can say that there is a presence of unsaturated hydrocarbons in the natural products. Similarly, if we have the unsaturation in the natural product, we can use alkaline cheminophore test, or very well known as Bayes test. So instead of using Br2, if we use cheminophore, this also add across this double bond, and the cheminophore now the disappearance of the pink color happen because there is a formation of brown precipitate of MnO2. So friends, this cheminophore, which is pink in color, will add over the double bond and loses its color, and the decolorization is the indication of presence of unsaturation. So besides Br2, we can use cheminophore for the identification of unsaturated hydrocarbons in the natural product. Now let's go for the next test and next functional groups. So next functional group is commonly observed in the natural product, that is the alcoholic OH group. Friends, there are phenolic OH group also and alcoholic OH groups also. So first we will see the test available for the identification or detection of the alcoholic OH group or OH group. So the alcoholic group can be detected by any one of these following tests. There are 5 different tests or even more than 5 tests but I will discuss this main 5 tests for the identification or detection of the alcoholic OH group. The first test is sodium metal test, second is ester test, third one is steric ammonium nitrate test, and fourth one is acetyl chloride test, and fifth one is very well known and known as iodoform test for the alcohol. So friends, let's see first test. First is sodium metal test. It is very simple test. This test is based on the appearance of effervescence due to liberation of hydrogen gas when the alcohol is reacted with the active metal like sodium. So if we react alcohol and sodium metal, we get sodium alkoxide and the hydrogen, nascent hydrogen, is liberated. As you can see that alcohol, most of the alcohols are, I will say, liquid in nature. So we can easily see the effervescence of hydrogen gas, that is H2 molecule. Okay, so if we observe the effervescence of H2 when we treat alcohol with the sodium metal, we can say that there is a presence of OH group in the molecule. Okay, so this is the sodium metal test for the identification of alcoholic OH group. Now what is the next test is the ester test, that is the formation of ester. So when we react alcohols with the carboxylic acid in presence of, I will say, acid catalyst, there is a formation of sweet smelling esters, and this is the indication of presence of OH group or alcoholic OH group in the natural product. This reaction between an alcoholic group and a carbohydrate group is called as esterification. This sweet smelling ester is the confirmation for the presence of alcoholic OH group in the natural product. So friends, let's go for the next test, that is a CAN, or I will say steric ammonium nitrate test. What is the steric ammonium nitrate test? Is very famous test in which we place 1 ml of the given compound in a clean and dry test tube, and we add few drops of steric ammonium nitrate reagent and we need to shake it. If there is appearance of pink or red color, it will indicate that there is a presence of alcoholic group. So friends, if we have this OH group in our natural product and if we add steric ammonium nitrate and if we shake, we get this kind of pink or red color complex of alcohol as well as steric metal and the nitrate. So this is the confirmation, the pink color or red color is the confirmation of presence of alcoholic group in the natural product. Okay, so let's go for the next test. Next is very simple test. Most of the time we do this test. This is the acetyl chloride test. Again we get the ester, but instead of acid we are using acid chloride. So especially acetyl chloride, when acetyl chloride reacts with alcohol, it forms ester, and you know that it will liberate HCl, or I will say hydrogen chloride gas, which on reaction with ammonium hydroxide will give ammonium chloride as a white fumes. Though these white fumes of ammonium chloride are the confirmation for the presence of alcoholic OH group in the natural product. Okay, these white fumes are the indication of alcoholic OH group in the natural product. So simple test, you can perform in any laboratory. So friends, fifth one is my favorite, that is iodoform test. So this test is given by acetaldehyde, all methyl ketones and all alcohols containing CH3CHOH group. Okay, so don't confuse with the alcohols, because alcohol as well as all methyl ketones and acetaldehyde, that means this CH3 group is very important for the identification, as it is forming CHI3, that is the iodoform. So beside all alcohols, methyl ketones and acetaldehyde is the are also susceptible or also showing the iodoform test. So this is very tricky question. Most of the time in the interviews or in the examination, they are asking you which of the following shows iodoform test. So all alcohols having CH3CHOH group as well as methyl group and acetaldehyde, all these functional groups shows iodoform test. So what is iodoform? Just like chloroform, this is the CHI3 which is formed when we treat I2 and NaOH with this methyl alcohol, I will say 2-propanol, or even methyl ketone like acetone, we get CHI3. Very nice test in the laboratory. This is iodoform test, and this is a confirmation of presence of either acetaldehyde, methyl ketones or alcohols in the natural product. The yellow PPT of iodoform is the confirmatory test for the presence of these functional groups. So friends, these all 5 tests are used for the detection of alcoholic functional group in the natural product. Now let's go for the phenolic OH group, because if we have alcoholic or phenolic, then there will be always confusion. So how we can identify or how we can distinguish the alcoholic functional group from the phenolic functional group? So these are the phenol, some very famous phenols. This phenolic group can be detected by the following test. First is very simple, litmus test. As you know that phenols are weak acids. So if the blue litmus turns red, we can say that there is a presence of phenolic OH group. But there is either or. So I will now explain all these 3 tests one by one. First is litmus test, second is FeCl3 test, and then third one is Lieberman's test. So as I discussed, the litmus test is very simple and common. Any chemistry student from 11th standard can perform this test. We just need to take a single drop of any liquid, and we need to put it on the moist blue litmus paper. If that paper turns red, we can say there is a presence of phenolic group in the natural product, or that contains phenolic. But friends, all acid compounds like carboxylic acid gives the same test. So don't confuse between acid and phenol. Okay, so how we can distinguish whether that red litmus paper is due to the acid or phenol? We can do the same test by using sodium carbonate. As acid shows effervescence of CO2 in the sodium carbonate, phenol doesn't show any effervescence with the sodium carbonate. Okay, so sodium carbonate solution. So we just shake it with the sodium carbonate. There is no effervescence, but still the blue litmus is turning red. We can say that there is a presence of OH group and not the carboxylic acid group. So friend, this is very simple test. The next test is very commonly used for the phenolic functional groups. This is called as ferric chloride test, or simply the FeCl3 test. When the FeCl3 is treated with the phenols, it forms violet color complex. Okay, this is a nice diagram I found on the internet. This kind of violet color is formed if we have phenolic OH group or phenols, and then we treat it with the FeCl3. So we get this kind of violet complex. So this is a confirmatory test for the phenolic OH. FeCl3 test is commonly used to identify the phenolic OH group in the natural product or any organic compound. Okay, so the third test is Lieberman's test. So most of the phenol gives this test. Red or brown colorization is produced when the nitrate is added to the phenol dissolved in the corn sulfuric acid. The color changed to blue or green by the addition of strong alkali. So this is very simple and most commonly used for the phenol. What we need to do, we need to add nitrate to the phenol, which will form this kind of nitrosophenol. Okay, first it will form nitrous acid, then when we treat this with the phenol, it will form nitrosophenol, and when nitrosophenol is again treated with another molecule of phenol, then we get indophenol, which is red in color, and this is a perfect identification of phenolic OH group in the natural product or any organic compound. So this is very nice and simple test of phenols. If we want to do it, we just need sodium nitrite and H2SO4 and we need to treat it with our phenol. So these are the tests we used for the identification of phenols. So what are the tests we used for the phenols? We used litmus test, FACL test and Lieberman's test. Now friends, let's discuss very nice and interesting test for the aldehydes and ketones. So the carbonyl group in the aldehydes and ketones is identify the following test. First is 2,4-dinitrophenylhydrazine test and second is sodium bisulfite test. So friends, let's see one by one. So first one is 2,4-DNP test. The formation of yellow or orange crystal or PPT indicates the presence of carbonyl group when it treated with the 2,4-dinitrophenylhydrazine. So what happened actually with the aldehyde or ketone and 2,4-dinitrophenylhydrazine? It forms a hydrogen derivative. Okay, this is a 2-nitro group and this NHNH2. This is a phenyl hydrazine, 2,4-dinitrophenylhydrazine, and when it forms a hydrogen with any ketone or aldehyde, there is formation of red or I will say orange or yellow PPT, which will indicate there is a presence of aldehydic or ketonic carbonyl group. Okay, these are the colored hydrogen derivative due to this kind of NO2 group which is present on the phenyl ring. So this is a very simple test commonly used in the organic chemistry laboratory, that is hydrogen formation or commonly known as 2,4-DNP test. The next test is sodium bisulfite test. So formation of crystalline precipitate confirms the carbonyl group. So friends, this test and other tests we will discuss in the next lecture. For this time we will stop here to avoid lengthy and long video lectures. So this is all about the test for the alcohols, unsaturated hydrocarbons, phenols and aldehydes or ketones. So in the next lecture we will discuss few tests which distinguish aldehydes and ketones. So for this time I will stop here. If you have any doubt, please feel free to ask me. Thank you very much.